wanted to talk about something a little bit different. And this is a little personal for me because it just annoyed the hell out of me today on the day we're recording this, Tuesday, right? Tuesday. It airs Saturday. World gets blown up between now and then. Don't come after me. So today I went to go pick up some fast food. Not for myself. My fiance, I don't like this restaurant they were getting food from. So I went and picked it up. And I got to be real with you guys, man. There is something going on with this younger generation of kids in the sense that they just don't have personalities. There's just... Now, we've all had those experiences. You go to fast food restaurants, you go to Walmart, Target, place. Well, no, none of you go to Target anymore. But you go to places in customer service settings that typically hire 16 to 19-year-old kids, right? You're always going to run into some employees with some bad attitudes. That's always been a given. You know, you get the ghetto girl, and it's not always a black girl, so don't call me racist. You just get the ghetto girl that lets out that huge sigh when you send the food back because, God forbid, you actually want to get what you ordered. You know, that you all know the girl I'm talking about because you deal with her daily. Okay, you've all experienced it on multiple occasions. Or, you know, like the stoner kid at Little Caesars that just does not want to be there, right? He clearly just doesn't want to be there. That's not what I'm talking about because those people have their own personalities in their own respect, right? That woman, I mean, she's a see you next Tuesday. That's her personality. We get it. She's trash, okay? The stoner kid, yeah, he's not talking too much. That's because he doesn't want to be at work. You give him a bowl, you get him going about government conspiracy theories and how the man's bringing him down. He'll talk your ear off for 5 hours. That's not what I'm talking about. You go to these fast food places or you go to the grocery store or retailers and you talk to the majority of the people there that are under 21, it's like talking to a brick wall, but with less personality. I'm serious. You know I'm telling the truth, don't you? You know I'm...
Well, I just kind of avoid going out in public altogether most of the times, but yes, I do.
It is. It's something different. It's not like dealing with the trashy minimum wage employees that we used to deal with like when we were growing up. It's something completely different. Maybe this is a little too much get off my yard guy. Maybe I'm getting too old. I don't know what the case is, but there's something different about it. I've dealt with idiotic fast food employees, idiotic retail employees my entire life. That's nothing new. This is a whole different breed of zombies. By the way, anyone who says the minimum wage isn't high enough has never dealt with a fast food employee. Not in the last 5 years, at least. Because every time I interact with one of these people, I swear to God, it's too high. It's a serious problem, though. You go to these places, and it's like... I can't even say talking to a brick wall because they somehow find a way to make it more awkward. They just stare at you with these SSRI eyes like they have no clue what's going on. They've never been taught how to communicate. And there's something to be said about that because these kids, and maybe I'm get off my lawn guy here, I don't know, but these kids have grown up. This is the first generation that's grown up without prioritizing human-to-human contact. Half their learning at school is done on iPads and computers. They've spent their entire lives. Now, we had phones growing up. Listen, we had phones in high school. We had flip phones, right? These kids have got supercomputers in their pockets. They're the first generation that's grown up with that. They've spent the majority of their lives glued to their phones. But this is the first generation that's grown up like that since they were 5 years old. You can't tell me that hasn't had a negative effect on society and on how these people interact in face-to-face human contact settings. It's not just the phones either. I'm not blaming technology. Again, I'm on my stuff all the time. I got screens all around me. I got 3 different screens in front of me right here. I know I'm a hypocrite when I talk about that, but it's more than that. It's more than that. 57% of Gen Z is on psychotropic drugs. 57%. You have 57% of Gen Z, members of Gen Z, which is 1997 through 2012, are on some type of psychotropic drugs for mental illness, right? So you get these people hooked up on pills. It's serious. It's like zombies. It's serious. It's like communicating with zombies. Because the stoner kid or the bitchy ghetto girl at Popeyes, they have personality. They just don't want to deal with you. This is something totally different. This is a completely different mind virus that you see when you're dealing with these kids. I don't even know how else to describe it. They've also got instant dopamine rushes. So their desire to go out and find things that are fun or enjoyable or pleasurable is completely gone because you have this culture where if you don't land the plane and within 5 seconds of taking it off, figuratively speaking, they don't want to hear it. That's why TikTok's so popular. That's why it's so hard as a comic to navigate these younger audiences. And I know I'm not the only one that has problems with it. You get up there on stage, if your joke takes more than 5 seconds to set up and get to the punchline, they don't want to hear it. You've lost their attention. They're on to something else. They don't even care. It's instant gratification. If they can't get it immediately, bye-bye. It's not just here. It's not just in comedy. It's not just in media. You see it in sports. A coach doesn't win games, and by his second year, if they're not looking like a legitimate title contender, half the fan base wants them gone. And that's not just younger people. That's spread onto the older generations. So here's some fun facts. We did some studying. This is not just me ranting and raving like a crazy person. There's actual numbers to back it up. We trust the science on this show. That's what we do. All the science. We follow it. This is the first. We talked about it a couple months ago on this show. Gen Z will be the first generation in history at this rate to have a lower IQ than the one before them. Now, that's bad. But when you consider the fact they're also the first generation to grow up with supercomputers in their pockets, literally anything you want to know for free, within seconds, at the touch of a couple buttons, and you're the first generation with a lower IQ than the one before you, that's insane. You can learn anything you want. You know what it is? It's because we've made it too easy. These phones and everything, just having every bit of information you could possibly desire at the tips of your fingers since you're 4 years old has removed the problem-solving skill. You don't have to figure things out. You just go watch a YouTube tutorial on it. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.